Okay, so we have a 1750 battle report for you today. We have Saim-Hann Eldar playing a jetbike army with 2 squads of jetbikes, a fire prism, a transport with fire dragons, Starcannon Vypers, a big unit, 6 Warlocks and jetbikes with a Farseer, a bunch of dire Avengers in here with Exarch, Night Spinner, and there's my second group of guys. And I'm facing a Grey Knight army. Army with no vehicles, strike squad, 6 paladins and a regular grandmaster, another strike squad, a dread knight, and a teleporter squad. All nasty stuff. So it's going to be pretty awesome. And my opponent can try to steal initiative. Do you want to steal?
Sure.
Okay.
That's the wrong dice.
Oh, that's a 6. However, that's an artillery dice. Yeah, here we go.
But that's the wrong dice.
No, he gets a 4. Okay. Alright, so Eldar is going first. Here we go, back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up top of Eldar, turn 1, what happened? These guys moved forward, fired some shots into there. I think killed one guy maybe with the shuriken cannons, then jetted back. This guy flew over here, fired into the paladins. Unfortunately, I just couldn't quite get far enough to take away their cover save. So they made 1 cover save and 2 of their, they would have made invulnerables anyways because they rolled 6s, so nobody actually took any wounds from the fire prism, unfortunately. This guy over here managed to fire in and put some saves on them, but they made them all. What actually ended up killing them was the AP2 guns from here fired into there, and they failed some of their saves, and 2 guys I think took 1 wound each. We managed to fire into these guys, but I don't think we killed anybody, right?
No, just 1.
Oh, 1 guy went down from these jetbikes, they went over here, fired into their 24-inch range guns, and then jetted back their 6 inches afterwards. This guy sat back, fired into here, hit that unit, and also clipped that one. I don't think we might have caused 1 wound over there, but they're both webbed now, so that was it. And these guys just moved up, fired into that unit, but couldn't kill anybody. So on to Grey Knights turn 1. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 1 for the Grey Knights, what happened? These guys moved forward, dangerous terrain. Only the Grandmaster took a wound and failed as invulnerable. Over here, dangerous terrain, 1 of the halberds I think died over there. A bunch of shooting, total disaster in here. A bunch of shooting. They only made a couple of saves, maybe like 8 or 9 saves, but I failed 4 of them. Did I fail 4 of them? Yeah, I failed 4 of them out of like 10 saves, which is just pathetic because these guys are 1 in 9 to get wounded. So be it though. The Seer Council not always good. Sometimes they're bad. What happened? Those guys over there fired into the vehicle. Cannons blew off this guy's gun over here, and Cannons from over there fired in here. Managed to make it so he can't shoot, but he survived otherwise. And those guys ran up after flying. So it is on to turn 2. Back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 2 for Eldar. Not an amazing turn. After these guys got decimated, it's going to be tough now. What happened? These guys flew over here. I unloaded them and then used this guy to play blocker so that he wouldn't be able to assault my fire dragons. But then these guys fired and rolled a bunch of 1s. I think 1 save got through and he just saved it, so that was terrible. Over here, AP2 guns fired in, killed 3 of these guys. This guy fired in, scattered away, so only killed 1 guy over there. Over here we flew in and went after that Dread Knight. We put 2 wounds on him in combat. We fired a bunch of stuff into these guys, but only managed to kill 1 or 2. That was courtesy of these guys who then chickened away. This guy fired his Night Spinner template into those guys, killed nobody, but did web them, so they are webbed now. So maybe they'll lose a few guys when they come to assault me, we'll see. And these guys helped to fire and killed 1 or 2 more guys over there. So that was it. On to bottom of turn 2. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 2, right, for the Grey Knights. What happened over here? There's no longer any unit here because they shunted 30 inches in here. And these bastards, so first thing they do is they fire, they fired all their stuff into my fire dragons, including incinerators. One of the incinerators clipped into my Falcon, and that fluky little bastard rolled a 6 to penetrate, and then even though I had Holo-fields, he rolled a 6 and a 5, so he just wrecked me. We forgot to put it down, but there's just a wreck over there. There's a wreck there, and that's after he survived all of his Cannons from those 2 units. This jerky little fluky incinerator blew me up. I can't believe that. Amazing, though. So these guys popped out. Oh, we forgot to do a leadership check for them. I think you have to do it. I can't remember if you do it. Anyways, just in case, you gotta do it. And then, so that was that. Over here, we actually had, for once we had something good happen. So we had put 2 wounds on him last round. They charged in, failed to put any wounds. They just reached this guy, didn't put any wounds on my unit or my Farseer, and then we put 1 wound on him. So he's down to 1 wound. They ran away, so they're just going to re-rally and yo-yo in there. But we have maybe a chance to kill this guy. We're already down 2-0, so we got to start killing stuff. And that was about it. So back in a bit for the Eldar. Okay, so rounding up top of Eldar turn 3. Pretty tough. We finally got a kill point though. What happened? These guys moved over here, blasted into the shunting guys. Those guys blade stormed in there, still left one guy. They charged in, did no wounds, so we tied combat with 0 wounds caused. I can't roll dice this game, but so be it. So this guy's still alive. Over here, these guys are doing a lot better. They got to attack and combat the big guy, put a wound on him, and he failed it. So we finally cleaved him down. We consolidated towards those guys to keep chasing them off the board. Because despite their ability, they're going to have to keep running. These guys here totally flubbed. AP2 weapons into Drago's unit. AP2 gun into Drago's unit. 1 wound caused out of everything. I just couldn't roll well, and then eventually my opponent just keeps making saves. His armor is super powered this game. These guys over here fired into that unit, and did we kill anybody there? No, maybe one guy we killed over there, and then they chickened out. He fired into here and webbed these guys. I'm trying to slow them down so they can't assault me as easily. Hopefully that'll slow them down enough. So on to bottom of turn 3. Okay, so rounding up bottom of turn 3, what happened? Those guys were forced to keep fleeing. However, they only went 4 inches, and they were able to shoot into here. No one's caused, though. These guys decided to shift. They rolled 6 for their move. One of the guys took a wound from dangerous terrain, but then they fired into here, and miraculously my guys saved. Well, it was 3 saves each, so it wasn't surprising, but they did make their saves. These guys fired in here, blew away 2 of these guys, and we forgot to roll leadership. This is pretty important, because leadership 8 only on these guys. A 1 and a 3, so they do stick around for now, thank God. Over here, Gong Show Combat. My 6 models can't even put down one of his guys. I put 1 wound in him total from all my guys, but he made a save. And he didn't wound one of my guys either. Alright, so on to top of turn 4, still 2-1 for Grey Knights. Just did forget to mention one thing. This guy, my Farseer, did take 1 wound, a regular wound, so that's why he's down to 2. But back in a bit. Okay, so rounding up top of turn 4, a much better turn this time. What happened? I flew over there to keep chasing them down, took some cursory shots, but to no avail. But hopefully they should run off the board at this point. Shot just about everything. These guys, that thing. 2 guns from here through like a window over there. And these guys finally gunned down that entire unit over there. So that was a kill point. Over here, these guys finally managed to kill this guy. They finally beat him to death. So that was another kill point there. And we fired everything we had into here from, well, not everything we had, but we fired essentially the... oh, I forgot to shoot fire prism. I'm a noob. Anyways, this thing fired into there. Managed to actually kill a few guys because he rended, and then he actually webbed them again. So they're webbed, and they're starting to take some real wounds there. So that was that. On to bottom of turn 4. Rounding up bottom of... what am I talking about? Yeah, bottom of turn 4. So there's only 1 unit left because those guys had to keep running. I kept chasing them off the board. That was 2 kill points because there's a brother champion in there. These guys only moved 2 inches. They took no wounds from dangerous terrain. No, they fired into there, and still I made all my fortune saves. So that's it, so on to turn 5. Okay, just a little mid-turn wrap-up, because I haven't fired anything yet, but what I'm doing, I'm going to be suicidal for the hell of it, and I'm going to charge these guys, the Farseer and the remaining guy, into the Paladins and Drago. However, I have everything in my army ready to, well, that guy went flat out, ready to fire at them. AP2 guns, AP2. So hopefully I'll be able to whittle them down a little bit before the insanity begins, but, you know, just for the hell of it, we're going to charge in, try to have some fun, see what happens. We'll wrap it first. So, okay, wrapping up, we've actually gotten to the bottom of turn 5. What happened, I shot everything in. These guys, we killed every guy except the Grandmaster was down to 1 wound. We charged him, but we couldn't do any wounds. Now it's the second round of combat. It's bottom of turn 5. He attacked back. We did no wounds to him. He has now put 1 wound in my Farseer. He's going to try to instant kill me using, but I've got runes of warding, so he's got to roll 3 dice. Here we go. 3 dice. Leadership 10. 9. What is it? Oh, it's the Perils of the Warp. Oh no. Okay, so let's see what happens. Does he die? Does he live? Let's go with a. He makes his roll. He has to re-roll though. Oh, he re-rolls it like a champion. Okay, so he, like a champion makes. Let's see if the game ends on a 1 or 2. Do you want to roll it up? No, game continues. Okay, so we're going to be back in a sec once we figured out the game, because it's just down to those 2 models. Back in a bit. Okay, so we went another full turn. The game ended with a roll of 3. What happened? 1 combat, nothing happened. Second combat, we put no wounds on him, but he finally managed to kill the Farseer. So that was a kill point there. And the game ends on bottom turn 6, 5-3. So pretty close game, although we had 1 guy left with 1 wound over here. But it was a good game, man. Thanks for the game. Appreciate it. Yeah, good close game at the end there. Thanks.